Okay, so the cost of advertising on a radio station is given by this formula here. Okay, so use the graph paper then to illustrate this costing. Now it says for adverts up to 10 minutes of airtime, so we need to have 10 minutes along here. And I figured out that if we put, we've got in ones like this, you would fit on 10 minutes. Okay, as long as the scale is consistent and you get 10 there, and you use most of the graph paper, okay, that's important, don't try and squeeze it all in. Then it says here, cost will be £500 plus 20 times the advert minutes, so you need to make sure that you get all the costing in for up to 10 minutes, isn't it? Okay, so the most amount of airtime the video is going to be on for, the advert's going to be on for is 10 minutes. In terms of that cost, that would be the most it would be with £500 plus then £20 times then 10 minutes, and that there is 200, isn't it? 20 times 10 is 200 plus the 500 is 700. So you need to make sure you include up to 700 here. And I worked out, look, if we start at 0 there, you can go up in hundreds and it fits in quite nicely. Okay, scale is consistent and it's going to be clear for us. So we start off with 500. Okay, that's like a fixed charge. So you pay that even if your advert is 0 minutes. Okay, and you know, you might think, well, how can an advert be 0 minutes? Well, it's just a fixed charge that you pay no matter how long your advert is. Okay, you have to pay that at the initial point of contact. Okay, it's a bit like electricity, isn't it? You have this standing charge, fixed charge. You pay that regardless of whether you use electricity or not. You might not use electricity at all. You might be away from your house, but you still pay this fixed charge. And it's the same here. There's a fixed charge of £500, and then it's £20 then for every minute. Okay, every minute of airtime. So suppose now I've got here £500 plus then £20 for every minute. After 1 minute, okay, 1 minute, it will be £500 plus then 20 times then 1 minute. So 500 plus 20 times 1, so that's 20 plus 500 is 520. So 520 goes nicely here. Okay, 5 little squares for 100, so 1 little square represents 20. And then you know, all I need to do then is change this then for 2 minutes. So just change this to 2, so it'll be 20 times 2, which is 40, plus the 500, 540. And that's what happens, it's going up in 20s, right? So the next one now will go up to 560, then 580, and then 600, and so on. And you notice it forms a straight line, okay, because it's a constant increase. It is a straight line. We go all the way up to that value there, wasn't it? When it was 10 minutes, it worked out to be £700. That should line up nicely for us. Okay, so draw a line, and that represents the cost. It says then calculate the cost of an advertisement with an airtime of 4.5 minutes. So 4.5 minutes, well, you go to 4.5, which is here, and what we do then is we draw a line up till it hits our graph, okay, and we read across. Now it's quite hard to get this spot on, okay, but I've got on my line, okay, I've got £580. That's what I've got, okay. From my reading, if I've done that right there. Okay, so part 2 then says the small print on the contract has been changed to say that all part minutes are now to be charged as a whole minute. Explain why a straight line drawn between the points plotted would not be appropriate. Okay, so you see here I've drawn a line, okay, and what the line does is you can calculate the cost for in between minutes, yeah, like we just did, 4.5 minutes. But now it won't be relevant, because if it was in between, you then sort of round it up. So 4.5 minutes, then you'd pay for 5 minutes. Okay, so really the line there's no need for it. So we could say, look, the costing between each minute is not needed to be calculated. Okay, something like that. A reason like that is good enough. Okay, the cost in between each minute is not needed. So really, a series of points is more practical in that situation rather than a line.